Want to know what game I'm looking forward to? Battlefield 5. But I've got gamer arm. And so when I use my mouse, I get a little gamered up in this and it hurts. So unfortunately, at least on PC, I can't play it. And I don't feel like playing it on a console, which I have. But the other one I'm looking forward to is other than Fallout 76, obviously, is Forza Horizon 4. That's looking pretty neat. That's coming out early October, I believe. That's the Fallout 76 beta is in October as well. And don't tell Todd, but I haven't pre-ordered Fallout 76. I'm not gonna get it until the beta is announced and the beta dates are announced. So hopefully they'll run straight up to the release day. And then it'll just be like an early release because beta's not being wiped. Anyway, back to Forza Horizon 4. That looks like a cool game. In 3, I tried to do a manual clutch, and I was doing fine in the time race things where you can go onto the leaderboard. In the first multiplayer race, I was concentrating so hard on switching gears that I ran into somebody, and I quit the game and then I uninstalled it. I was so embarrassed that happened. So I'm not going to be doing that with the Forza Horizon 4. I'm just going to do automatic. That's more fun to me. Less buttons to press. And then I can concentrate on the road, not pressing buttons. I like that every hour they have a Forza-thon hourly challenge. They also have a daily one and also a weekly one. And if I'm understanding it correctly, most of them, or all of them, or maybe it's something else, they're all multiplayer. Unfortunately, the ones they showed, it was just the single player stuff, but with everything multiplied. So one of the challenges might be go really fast. And so the multiplayer version will be everybody go really fast, and then we add up your fastness until it reaches a particular goal. And then you go to the next stage. Which I guess there's really not a whole lot you can do about it because nobody's going to work together. Everybody's just going to be driving as fast as they can, like Sonic the Hedgehog. But I like that you can store up points and then buy the stuff from the Forza-thon shop. It reminds me a little bit of Warframe, where you can store up your relics, and you open up your relics, and you get all your relics, and you can sell those relics to people for platinum. Now that I think about it, that's really nothing like it. Only thing I wish is that the map was bigger. Because it'd be nice to just go on a road trip in the game. The Crew has a gigantic map, but the second one is really bad. Like they made it just worse than the first one. It's really weird. Like I don't understand because they were obviously making the Crew 2 once the Crew 1 finished, and it was like 2 or 3 years they had. 3 years maybe. No, 3.5 years. They came out in 2014, and it's 2018 now. So they've had 3.5 years. And somehow it has fewer features than the first game. It's like they saw all the complaints about the lack of races, about the challenges all over the place. What else? About just those two things. And they said, that's a good idea. Let's just get rid of it. No, that's not what we meant. We didn't mean to get rid of everything. They added some races, but then they said, well, if we're going to add races, we can't let people use the brake. Because most of the races in the Crew 2, you don't even have to brake. You literally just hold down the accelerator and you win. You have no reason to brake. Very, very rarely will you brake, but only because you need to do like a 90-degree turn. But you can do you can do some pretty sharp turns without even braking. Back to Forza Horizon 4. It'd be awesome to have a big map in that one, like The Crew. Except Forza Horizon, I played 3, so I know that's fun to drive in, unlike The Crew 2. So it'd be cool to have a giant map that you can just go on road trips in. Oh, and I thought it was really funny that Forza Horizon 4 supports more people in a session than The Crew. And for those who don't remember, originally The Crew was supposed to be like this MMO thing, and they kept saying this is like an MMO, but you can only have 8 people in a session, and they didn't change that for The Crew 2. Forza Horizon 4 supports 12 people. 12 people in a session? I think. And like 72 people on a server. Which is, it's kind of confusing, but I think I understand it. But why they did that, but this video is getting long. And I don't want to explain it. I wrote a post about what I think why they think they did. I think they did that because, of course, they're never going to tell you why they did that. They're not going to tell you the technical reasons why they decided to have a server instead of just everybody joining into a session, just picking from the entire world and say, "All right, you're in the session." I guess we'll have a lot of cool stories once the Fallout 76 comes out. Todd's going to be so happy.